I'm just thinking about. I watched this video on Instagram, and I'm like tearing up. This is so dumb. I'm about to start my period, so I'm emotional. But I was watching this video on Instagram about this guy talking about how porch pirate season, happens during the holidays when everyone's getting packages and stuff, and gave like loss prevention tips for individuals who are receiving a bunch of packages and won't be home to pick them up like when they get there. But it got me thinking, like, obviously my first instinct is like to be upset and be like, it's shitty when people steal from one another. Like, we don't need to do that. But the thing is, people do that because they feel like they need to, right? And so there's this level of desperation that a human gets to that makes them steal from others in order to survive, or, literally that's it. And it's whatever their mental gymnastics have told them survival is, too, like for myself at least, like, I had to learn that my long-term survival included being the kind of person I could be proud of. Like, I couldn't survive with myself not being what I see as a good person. And so I imagine someone who has to resort to theft is living in cognitive dissonance if they think they're a good person, or is acutely aware of the fact that they are a shitty person, and they have to live with that. And that sucks. And I feel like if we could offer housing and food and education and health care to all American citizens for free, we would reduce crime. If people are fed, if people are housed, like, if people can go to the doctor, if people can go to school and educate themselves, what are they going to resort to stealing from others for? I mean, I guess there's still going to be, like, sociopaths and stuff like that, but it'll be far less, because I feel like a good portion of people who do commit theft, whether against individuals or corporations, do so out of desperation, whether it's to be able to eat, like maybe they steal your packages off your porch to sell them on like Facebook Marketplace so they can have money for food. We don't know people's stories, but like I'm sure that is someone's story out there, A lot of people, I'm sure too, that are in addiction steal from others, It's just kind of like what you have to do to maintain an addiction, really, And that's its own, like, sad social issue that needs to be dealt with non-criminally. Like, Portugal decriminalized all drugs and started treating it like the mental health issue it is. Addiction does not come from happy people or well-functioning people. Right? A happy, well-functioning person doesn't just choose addiction. Addiction comes from dysfunction. And so when we can remedy the root cause of the dysfunction, we see people who do not struggle as much with addiction. Now, I also believe there's a genetic predisposition that people can have for addiction as well, like probably something to do with the way the brain is structured, or the hormones, or like brain chemistry. Like I do think that bodies come in literally infinite forms, and so it's just like a thing, I think. But also too, I was talking about I got sidetracked. Sorry, I digressed. But yeah, theft is just the answer that comes, like, with such severe levels of desperation to eat, to have shelter, to provide for children. Like, and that's a whole other tangent I can go on. Children deserve to be taken care of by our, like, government. Like, I think there should be a child stipend that is like put it on a special card so it can only be spent on kids stuff, like, but the kids deserve that, and the kids shouldn't be able to spend it at the stores, whether they want to buy food or clothes or shoes or school supplies. It should work for all the things like a kid would need, and it should be enough to, like, for all those kids to buy the base essentials. I think if we really want to be a great country, we should be taking care of the future generations like they are gonna inherit the earth, like, again, I digress. But yeah, I guess I will also share too the porch pirate avoidance tips that the guy shared too, because I think they're useful. Like, you can get your stuff mailed if you're not going to be home, like if you work full time, you're not gonna be home when deliveries are there, you can have it delivered to your work, or you could have it delivered to like the post office, and they'll hold it for you and you can go get it. I know that for like Walmart subscriptions, you can get in-home delivery, and so you leave them information like your code to get into your garage or something, and they put your stuff inside your house. I think that's going to be a really useful thing for some people. Again, that is like a privilege to have, like, but if you have EBT, you can get 50% off the Walmart Plus subscription, so it's pretty useful. I think it only comes down to like $50 a year. I think it was $49 actually. But you can also have it sent to like neighbors' houses if they're gonna be home, you know, just to avoid that kind of stuff too. But I feel like, again, while they're great tips and they're useful and practical for today's society, I think they are band-aids over a systemic issue, right? And that's what I think a lot of crime in general is. Like, even when we have like murders and rapes and stuff like that, I think these are systemic issues of like not giving people free mental health care, free education, like not just K through 12. You know, I think we need preschool. That should be free. Why are we charging for preschool? The sooner we can get kids learning, the more advanced they're going to be, because they are like sponges at a young age. I started teaching my son math when he was like 2. And it was very big. It was just 1 + 1. It was the concept of math, and he got it. And I think a lot of kids are capable of so much more than we give them credit for. But yeah, all these things, like, I think not having social services available for children to report abuse, like child hotlines where the kids can call, and we should readily make access available to phone lines for them, like how on school campuses we have those phones for like that exact purpose, basically. But you know, like, we should have services for children, because when we take care of humans when they're young, they have less issues to overcome in adulthood. I feel like this is very common sense logic, right? But not a lot of legislation is made with that kind of viewpoint in mind. When we don't take care of the people in our country, like, we can't really be surprised when things are a mess. Anything, you don't take care of it, it's a mess. Because time and life happen. It's just sad, I think, but theft is just a symptom of a sick society. And so much of our solutions are not fixing the root cause. The root cause of a lot of humanity's issues is that people are not given access, they're denied access to basic necessities, or it's put behind a paywall, which is, I think, denied access, basically, because people don't inherently come with money, so, like, you have to earn it. It's like, why should humans have to earn water, like, clean water? I think that should be something given for free to all humans because we care about one another, like, but I guess that's crazy. Okay, I'm just babbling, so I will cut this off. I think I said everything I wanted to say, but I just wanted to rant this morning, and yeah. Have a good one. Bye.